So in order to make a profit, this firm must sell 80% of its production. Did the firm make a profit in 2009? Statement 1 tells us that it made a profit in 2008, but we have nothing about 2009, so we have no way of answering the question. Statement 1, totally insufficient. Get rid of A and D. Statement 2 is the trick, or the hard part. Statement 2 says the ratio of the percent increase in the firm's sales to the percent increase in the firm's production is 0.85. Okay, so sales over production is 0.85, which means that the sales did not increase as fast as the production did, or the percent increase in sales was not as great as the percent increase in production, right? Because if it did, if the sales were increased at a greater rate, we would have a fraction or a decimal greater than 1. This tells us that there's nothing before the decimal point here. This tells us that the denominator of the fraction is larger than the numerator. So now it actually becomes an issue of, well, how much did they actually grow? If they are selling 80%, excuse me, if they're selling 80% of their production, the percent increase, a decrease in this ratio could represent no longer making a profit the next year. If in the first year they were selling 100% and then it dropped some, they could still be in the profitable range, but statement 2 doesn't give us that information, so it's insufficient on its own. Together, statement 1, we do find out that the firm made a profit at least in 2008, so it did sell it. So we have 2008, 2009. We know that there was a profit in 2008, but it depends whether it was a profit made on 80% sales or 100% sales. 80% sales, if they were just over the line for making a profit in 2008, this decrease that we find out from statement 2 could make it a loss. If they were making 100%, they were still doing most of their production. This is probably a net gain. But since we don't find out what the sales actually were, how much of their production they were actually selling, the two statements together are insufficient. Answer choice E.